time. You know I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate one more time. One more time. One more time. A celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feeling. Music's got me feeling the need. Yeah. Come on. Alright, we're gonna celebrate one more time. Celebrate and dance so free. Music's got me feeling so free. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and
Hard work is all there is to the craft. My strength still fails me. Take your pick. You'll find no second-rate items at Wagner's.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Take your pick.
Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. Let's wait a little longer. How is she still not here? Do you think... Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Are you looking for Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So strange. Guess we should...
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status. As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times.
Kokomi really does think of everything. All right, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look. Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive? It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look. Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away!
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean...
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed. You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale. You're somehow supposed because of my bloodline. I was always going to end up being the divine priestess, sooner or later. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could... I was reading a book last time I was here, but... I only got about halfway through.
We'll find it for you, and then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me? Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting? Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no... Let's track down that book and... Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
That's just, Give it here!
Guess that was the wrong one. It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a book. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Well, Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you yes, that's the one.
Kokomi? Kokomi! Oh no! She's fallen asleep! Tonight's the victory feast! Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner! She's got so much... You sure that's a good idea? She does...
Avoid disaster. The war's over. Did you sleep? What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages! It's nearly time for the feast!
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there.
Woohoo!
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But
Oh, how much energy will...
don't worry, I've got plenty.
That's great!
Welcome, everyone! Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryo Commission for Peace Talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure.
With me around, no one would dare try.
I do hope the future will be free from the trials and tribulations of the past. If every day can be as happy as today, that would be a blessing.
So much fighting.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace. Recently, well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish.
Oh,
Ah, come on.
okay.
Hey there! Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo. Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui? I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there? He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If
Sounds promising. Ugh, this guy smells of booze.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish too, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? Anyone, do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance? You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see it. You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, Will you join us? We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve. Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon. Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embody the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need... A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui, they wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the...
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, and I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow. But both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing...
Sounds like a really tricky situation.
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, let's meet here again tomorrow.
Cold beer after all.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared? Here. These are some directives I wrote last night. I took the liberty.
Whoa. Let's see. Wow.
Glad to hear it, but Annie, as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, this response. Excellent. Okay, time to head off. Faster? Okay, faster. Life goes on. Rise. It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us. Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it?
The last one. But hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu! The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns. But I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo Sara's on the defensive now.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back,
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet—
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they—
But—
I understand, I do. And the fault, it was largely an oversight on my part.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. Either way, we are ready—
Very well. Then I hereby declare that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you—
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and It is right that Watatsumi— I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me. Whatever reason—
Yes, ma'am. From now, thank you for this up.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more. Recovering. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, but I realize now that wasn't going far enough. I have a long way to go. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
By ordinance divine.
Verdict is...
Unleash!
Rise.
Take your true
Opening box of Adepti Tricks.
Time for retribution!
Back off! My will embodied.
Life goes on.
Cryo incarnate. To ashes. Manifest. Back off.
Go.
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these, I considered this matter worthy of my attention. So I pursued them, and they led me here. Or if the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura...
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area,
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with... This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Rise. Go. We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are...
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You
You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look!
Not right now. But they'll be back. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon...
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have... Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting...
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But...
Look around you. The grass grows green. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Yes. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what...
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. An entity formed with strong filth, purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, but after my clash with human ambition, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss. Just think of that soldier. Despite all those who sacrificed themselves back then, gave their lives fighting for a future. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Leave them to me. There is no escape! Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go, no?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take... I must be prepared for anything.
Ah, makes sense. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land?
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the... After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah. Sheesh. There's...
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve, where people flee out of a desire to live on. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over just listening to her stories. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have. Seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts. So you see, as bleak as things...
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone, once this catastrophe is over, life... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look, the Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guests...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no.
This place is... complicated. Leave it to us.
What? I can't decide whether it's a...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly...
I'm also feeling very...
It's the Traveler! And the Almighty Shogun! How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch... please step into the courtyard and have a rest.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty...
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world, they are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, now, it seems like she was right. While I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary. An ambition is a yearning for something material. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now, I no longer cling to what was long.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not...
Looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley line.
So we didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. Well, this chance won't come often, and I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. No one questioned it. And yet, in the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness, with the help of the sacred sakura's power.
This is all really hard to understand. Kind of...
Yes. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey!
Fear not. There is no escape!
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal with them. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite...
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for—
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am.
No need to worry, home—
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means if the Almighty Shogun is in trouble—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now, just the sight of you appearing before us once more has This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
They're sitting! Eyes on me!
Life goes on.
Time for retribution!
Orders given. Orders received.
Take your true form!
Wheel of life. Faster? Okay.
To ashes! By ordinance divine!
Verdict is...
My will embodied! Back off!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should—
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was the monsters will definitely come back. And when they quickly escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City and
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
we will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We are brothers in arms.
Just leave it to us. But the almighty Shogun, no matter what kind of...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Ex, with you leading us.
Glory to the Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling, the result being that in the centuries since then, you could take the view, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now.
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think, but what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon.
Change will come to no matter how long it takes. I am committed to now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds. This matter is I will leave the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions to
Alrighty then. He looks calm on the outside, but she seems to have changed a lot. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up. What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
my body. I can't move it. It looks like the situation. No need. She is calling me. I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past. We're finally here. The entrance.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's did. Whoa. This place. Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! Fiamma, are you,
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon Hei's showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you hack it through or something? But
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power. It inherits A's pain. The pain. Every action undertaken is for the determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. The old lady cleansed of her blood. Never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. There is no escape! Inferior. Torn to oblivion! Weak. Pathetic. Speak God! Inferior. The eye sweeps the land. Illusion shattered! Insolent! Inazuma shines eternal! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch black rain. As long as the ley lines glow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop. Thunder! Torn to oblivion! Your verdict is decided. Illusion shattered! A fleeting shadow. Lightning does not bend to the will of mortals. I shall not fall here! Illusions are but destruction. Now you shall perish! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will stay silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcendent. There is no escape. Inferior. Torn to oblivion. Strike dead. Illusion shattered. Weak. The eye sweeps the land. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal. Inferior. Erase all threats. Ymir crumbles before.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely... It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she... Yeah, we should help her out. Like, is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her with... Well, whatever. We can't let any... Oh, but we also can't... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay, maybe if we both ram it. Oh, you're right. Who knows if she
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's...
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first. Follow me to the entrance. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. In other words, even...
So, it's a...
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So... Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when, over countless battles, not had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded was sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. Shine down. There is no escape. In spirit. Shine down! Is in my hands! There is no escape! The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed! In spirit! There is no escape! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
But... you never mentioned this to me.
Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Khaenri'ah?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
a place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No. But I understand why now.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the Traveler reappeared. My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. I have to say, she even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Yae Miko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present. Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because... But now, I see that hers was a gaze full...
If the people of the past deserved the god's attention...
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. But to put it bluntly, it was faced with an... safe to say. And through it all, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. But abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientious.
Many challenges still lie ahead. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
suppose this will do.
Unleash!
Life goes on.
Do your master's bidding! Back off! Manifest!
Time for retribution!
Opening box of Adepti-Drix. Go.
Unleash! By ordinance divine! You will regret this! Power that ended life! Manifest! dreams. Unleash. Do your master's bidding. Back off. Manifest.
Sacred name, Fortune Preserver.
Verdict is...
You can't run. Shiver. Magical flame. With sword comes shadow.
I'll protect you.
Yeah. Boom boom. Chill. You can't run. Incinerate.
Let's dance.
Punishment. Hey. Motion to compel. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Motion to compel. You can't run. Light. Incoming. Keep within the wall. Judgment. Incinerate. With sword comes shadow. You can't run. Speed of light. Hey. I'll be fine. Judgment. You can't run.
I'll protect us. Go for it.
Don't blink. Judgment. Punishment. Boom boom. Judgment. Transfiguration.
Life goes on.
Killjoy, we've only just begun.
This should be fun.
To ashes.
It's time.
Obey. Cryo incarnate.
I see through you. Burn.
You're not going anywhere.
Where did I go?
Transfiguration.
Can't run.
Back off.
Get it together.
My work. Finished.
My will embodied! Do your master's bidding!
Opening box of a decorated.
Killjoy! We've only just begun.
Faster? Okay.
Power that made it Python! Take your true form! Cryo incarnate!
Rise.
Take your true form! My will embodied! Eyes on me! Back off! My ordinance divine!
Orders given. Orders received. Life goes on.
Unleash!
Truckers FM.
Truckers FM.
Do you lie in bed so it feels like I'm here? Do you call me up cause my voice is on it? Or do you lay awake cause without me there's no dreaming? Cause that is my life since you left. And all these
Поверните налево.
daylights merge into one that never passes. Cause without you I don't think I'll last. No, no. Cause all I really need is one thing to keep me falling slowly.
Двигайтесь прямо.
All I really need is one thing to stop me feeling lonely. Cause all I'm really needing is one kiss, one touch for somebody that I just love so much. Just one thing, the only one who knows me. And all I'm really needing is you now. Cause all I'm really needing is you now. Cause all I'm really needing is one kiss, one touch for somebody that I just love so much. Just one thing to keep me feeling lonely. Cause all I'm really needing is you now. Do you check your phone before it even vibrates? Do you wear the clothes that I left at your place? Do you play the songs we loved when we were drinking? Cause that is my life since you left. And all these daylights merge into one that never passes. Cause without you I don't think I'll last. No, no. Cause all I'm really needing is one thing to keep me falling slowly. Cause all I'm really needing is one thing to stop me feeling lonely. Cause all I'm really needing is one kiss, one touch for somebody that I just love so much. Just one thing, the only one who knows me. And all I'm really needing is you now. Cause all I'm really needing is you now. Cause all I'm really needing is one kiss, one touch for somebody that I just love so much. Just one thing to keep me feeling lonely. Cause all I'm really needing is you now. So when the lights go down, there's nothing you want more than me beside you. And does it feel so loud when you're trying to sleep and there's no one by you now? Cause our hearts are two parts, only work as one. And maybe that's alright. Cause all I'm really needing is one thing to keep me falling slowly. Cause all I'm really needing is one thing to stop me feeling lonely. Cause all I'm really needing is one kiss, one touch for somebody that I just love so much. Just one thing, the only one who knows me. And all I'm really needing is you now.
Вычисление нового маршрута. Двигайтесь прямо.
Talking loud, talking crazy.
Изменение маршрута. Двигайтесь прямо.
Bone dry again. Guess it's true what they say. I'm always late. Say you need a little space. I'm in your way. It hurts that I remember every scar. And I've learned when living is the hardest part. I can't believe what I did for love. I can't believe what I did for us. Oh, crashing, we burn into flames. Stitch myself up and I do it again. I can't believe what I
Держитесь правее, затем съезд справа. Съезд справа. Держитесь левее.
Was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bow.
Oh sheesh, this song.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. Hands to the side, harping and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is
Wow, this dude on my tail literally hit me.
no line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took
Even
that
didn't
ship
say
in
nothing.
tow.
I will boink him. That was ramming. I got 53 trailer % damage. I will kill him. That's not cool, bro. Come here, why are you running? Come on. Come on.
40 days or even more, the line
Fucker.
went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that will did go. Soon may the
Двигайтесь прямо.
wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whales
I'm sure that you're not sure. Every time your lips are kissing mine, I taste the indecision. It's messing with my mind. I know there's a part of you that's terrified to love again. But I promise to the end, I'll never run, leave you behind. I'll never hurt you like he hurt you. I'll never make you cry. I'll treat you right. I'll stand by you. And no matter whatever happens, I'll never not love you. All of me just diving in the deep. You standing at the shoreline, and the waves are at your feet. Trust will never happen overnight, but if you give me more time, I swear you'll see the light. I know there's part of you that's terrified to love again, but I promise to the end, I'll never run, leave you behind. I'll never hurt you like he hurt you. I'll never make you cry. I'll treat you right. I'll stand by you. And no matter whatever happens, I'll never not love you.
Приготовьтесь к повороту направо. Поверните направо.
I know there's a part of you that is terrified to love again.
of us will lose ourselves while others rediscover. The love is in the innocence of baby to its mother. Some will grasp it in their hands while others lose control. Yeah, we gotta leave our fingerprints so that the future knows. Oh, just 'cause things are different don't mean anything has changed. I know the world's on fire, but there's beauty in the flame, and we don't know how much longer, but we know we're gonna come back stronger. Oh, just 'cause things are different don't mean anything has changed. I'll be the light. If you follow me, I will be everything you need. I'll be the leader. If you want it, I promise that I will set you free. Just 'cause things are different don't mean anything has changed. Though the world's on fire, there's beauty in the flame, and we don't know how much longer, but we know we're gonna come back stronger. Oh, just 'cause things are different don't mean anything has changed. I'll be the light. If you follow me, I will be everything you need. I'll be the leader. If you want it, I promise that I will set you free. I'll be the light. If you follow me, I will be everything you need. I'll be the leader. If you want it, I promise that I will set you free.
Hey guys, it's Wombat, and it looks like I'm lost. There is Global Cargo with their outstanding CC. They will guide me to my destination. Are you too looking for an awesome VTC with a great team spirit, a lot of convoy action and their own dedicated convoy control team? Then look
На
no
кольце
further.
второй
Global Cargo
съезд.
is the place for you. A lot of fun is guaranteed. Check them out at globalcargovtc.com or apply at apply.globalcargovtc.com. Global Cargo, we carry the world.
Are you looking to join a fantastic virtual trucking company? Welcome to Spark Logistics and get ready for an excellent experience. As the industry's pace setters, Spark Logistics is a team of experienced staff, and we are giving you access to a variety of our custom systems such as job trackers and drivers hub.
I love it!
Oh, that's good. Even better, as one of our drivers, you will get to enjoy a fun and enjoyable trucking experience that will include weekly ETS2 and ATS convoys. For the best VTC, join Spark
Сейчас
Logistics
съедете.
at sparkvtc.com now.
Fuse ODG and SPZ, what we tell them, blaze them.
Look at you in that dress. Girl, you dangerous like a gun. Give them you nothing less. Girl, you murder everyone. Your love is a killer. Your love is a killer. Hey, look at you in that dress. Girl, you dangerous like a gun. Give them you nothing less. Girl, you murder everyone. Your love is a killer. Your love is a killer. Yeah, look at you. Somebody could have popo. Cause the way that you look at it so cool. If you ain't ready, then you need to go home and beware. Just see her.
Держитесь левее, затем поверните налево.
And she all up on me like a logo. But I'm not complaining. My baby, let's go. She kill her with a dance. She better with the waist. Everybody watch her when she turn up in the place. You ain't got a chance if you really tryna race. She already had a finish line with her pace. I shot it went down, then she went low. Gave it to her better like she in a relay. The craziest thing is she don't know how beautiful she is every day. Look at you in that dress. Girl, you dangerous like a gun. Give them nothing less. Girl, you murder everyone. Your love is a killer.
Imagine if it's like previous time when we're supposed to let these people from the right go first. Wow.
Girl, you dangerous like a gun. Give them you nothing less. Girl, you murder everyone. Your love is a killer. Your love is a killer. Yeah, look at you. You murder
jealous of the rain that falls on your skin. It's closer than my hands have been. Jealous of the rain. Jealous of the rain.
Поверните налево.
It's closer than your shadow. Oh, I'm jealous of the rain. I wished you best of all this world could give, and I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. I always thought you'd come back.
Вы прибыли.
Tell me all you found was heartbreak and misery. It's hard for me to say, jealous of the way you're happy without me. Jealous of the night. I don't spend with you. I'm wondering who you lay next to. Oh, I'm jealous of the night. Jealous of the love. Love that wasn't here. Gone for someone else to share. Oh, I'm jealous of the love. I wished you best of all this world could give, and I told you when you left me, say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. As I sink in the sand, watch you slip through my hands. Oh, as I die here another day, cause all I do is cry behind a smile. I wished you the best of all this world could give, and I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. Always thought you'd come back, tell me all you found was heartbreak.
Everybody knows my name now, but something about it still feels strange. Like looking in the mirror, trying to steady yourself and seeing somebody else. And everything is not the same now. It feels like all our lives have changed. Maybe when I'm older it'll all calm down, but it's killing me now. What if you